consumer bankruptcy attorney Rick Baker from Orlando, talking about some more truth about bankruptcy. One of the questions that I'm asked all the time and things that come up in every consultation I do is the effect of bankruptcy on your credit. And the biggest myth I hear when clients come through my door is, well, filing bankruptcy will destroy my credit. Well, here's the truth about bankruptcy and credit reporting and credit scores. Number one, by the time most people come to talk to me, their credit score has already been impacted. That's usually because they're behind and they're in default on certain obligations. So whether they know it or not, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, those negative events can be reported for 7 years. And actually, it's the trade lines on your credit report that really impact your score. The truth about bankruptcy and credit reporting and credit scores is that discharges in bankruptcy help clean up credit. And the reason for that is that when that discharge is entered, those creditors can no longer negatively report on your credit report. At least they shouldn't. One little step that I take to help this along is, in every case I file in bankruptcy court, I notify all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, to give them actual direct notice of the bankruptcy filing. If you don't do this, they pay private vendors for this public record information, and they can deny that they knew you even filed a bankruptcy. They do this oftentimes to aid their real clients. Most people think that we are their customers as consumers, the bureaus, when in reality, their customers are people like Citibank, Capital One, and the creditors who pay them monthly fees to access information and report information. So we are not their customers. They rely on private vendors to supply this information, and there's always a little wiggle room for them to deny they knew about your bankruptcy when they let creditors who are discharged continue to negatively report on your credit report. So by giving actual notice to the bureaus in every case that I file, I find that my client's credit cleans up much quicker. The myth is, well, you file bankruptcy, you can't get credit for 10 years. Well, this is not true at all. In fact, within about 12 to 24 months after a discharge in bankruptcy, most of my clients' credit scores are higher than they were before they came to me to file bankruptcy. So don't believe the bank's myths about bankruptcy and credit reporting. Now, that being said, you have to remember that you shouldn't be living your life around what your credit score is anyway. That's what banks want you to do. But my advice to all consumers is don't live your life around your credit score.